Hi, this is Julie from Prairie Junction Quilt Shop in Cozad, Nebraska, and we are here vending this weekend at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds at the Threads Across Nebraska show that's sponsored by the Nebraska State Quilt Guild. And so the show is October 8th and 9th of 2021. So if you're watching at a later date, keep that in mind that the show has already come and gone, but we wanted to do a little video tour of our booth for particularly those of you that weren't able to attend, and even those of you that were able to attend and wanted another closer look at some of the things that we had in our booth. So we'll give you a tour of this, and everything that you see as of right now should be available on our website at prairiepointjunction.com. So come along with me and I'll give you a tour. So over in this side of our booth we have a lot of just real pretty soft quilts. The quilt that you see on your left here, this is called, it's from a fabric line called Dance in Paris by Moda Fabrics, and the quilt is called The Penny. And right over here we have a quilt by one of our favorite patterns called Meter Made, and it's great for using directional fabric. It's perfect for using fat quarters, and we have done it up in the Joy in the Journey line by Riley Blake Designs. There's some darling little camper prints in that collection. So that was Meter Made. And this quilt is called Midsummer Stars, and it's done up in fabric by Fig Tree and Company. And we have kits for all three of these quilts as well that you've seen. And then we have a variety of other fun items here. We've got some layer cakes of that Joy in the Journey. We've got some cute little bag patterns. This one's called the Daphne Pouch by Sweet Janes. And this little bag is called Just in Case. And it has a magnetic closure and a couple zipper pockets. One has vinyl and one has mesh. So that's great for storing all kinds of little gadgets. We have the Oh So Organized Stash and Stores. They're wonderful for organizing anything from your sewing notions to beauty supplies, scrapbook tools, pens, so they make a great gift item. Then, zooming over here, we have a variety of fun quilts for Christmas. The quilt here in the corner is called the Snowed In Sampler, and that's by Ankus Treasures, and we have a kit for that as well. This table runner we've made up in several different colorways, and it's called The Simple Pleasure. It's great for showcasing a little focal fabric in those squares. We still love gnomes. This quilt uses 2 panels from the Gnome Antics fabric line and a wonderful border stripe, and we have kits available for everything that you're seeing here that you can find on our website at prairiepointjunction.com. And we've taken that little gnome fabric and we've added it to a towel, so it'd be really cute hanging over your oven door, or works great as a table runner as well. Then we've used the Snowed In Sampler, or the Snowed In fabric line panel, to make a quick little quilt with some charm squares around the outside edges. This little table runner uses one of the blocks from the Snowed In, that's a tongue twister, the Snowed In Sampler pattern, the little present block to make a runner. This quilt here is a wonderful cozy flannel quilt. It's called Baby It's Cold Outside by All Through the Night, and it uses their flannel fabric line. This little cute guy is called Mr. Snow Jangles. We've got a darling little star ornament, and that is the Snow Joyful Star from Buttermilk Basin, and we have kits for those. This is a little joy pillow from Buttermilk Basin as well, and he's called the Holiday Joy Pillow. Fun little ornaments that you could do in a combination of wool or wool felt, and those are the Snow Squad from So Cherished. And what's fun about those is she has a little magnetic banner It's called the Circle Garland Banner on our website, and you can put any of her designs on that banner. They're magnetic and they are interchangeable in and out. This flannel quilt is called Gravitate, and we've done it up in Primitive Gatherings' new Yuletide Gatherings fabric line. And the Joy banner right beside it is also out of the Yuletide Gatherings fabric line, and that pattern is from the Yuletide Gatherings book, also by Primitive Gatherings. We have this wonderful series of wool applique designs from So Cherished, and they're just a design for every month of the year, and we have kits for all of those available. So there's February and December, and right over here we have a few of the other months. So that's a magnetic stand as well, the metal scallop stand. We sell those, and you can put magnets on the back of your wool applique designs and change those out by the month as well. This little quilt here is called All is Bright, and it uses a Silent Night panel. We've got a couple wool applique designs in progress, as you will see. I'm sure some of you have those started projects as well that you ran out of time for. So there'll be buttons and a lot of wonderful stitching on those as well. But those are called the Roly Poly Santa and the Roly Poly Snowman from Buttermilk Basin. And we have tons of wool bundles. We're wool crazy, so if you're looking for wool, we have lots of wool on our website. This quilt here is called Winter Wishes, and it's a group project with 4 Nebraska stores, with Calico Annie's in Fullerton, Nebraska, the Quilt Rack in North Platte, Wagner's in Arapahoe, and of course Prairie Point Junction in Cozad, Nebraska. And you can pick up patterns and kits for a portion of that quilt at each of those stores through the end of November, November 30th of 2021. So that's a fun group project that we'll be happy to tell you more about. As we come around the corner here, we have the Snow Friends wall quilt. It's got cute little buttons and some little wool felt appliques. We have the Making Spirits Bright little wall quilt by Wooden Spool Designs, with a little bit of fun hand embroidery and a little bit of piecing. Makes that fun for winter decorating. This quilt here has been one of the favorites at our show. This is actually a digital printed panel from Buttermilk Basin. So you take the panel and add some borders to that, and it is just such a stunning quilt that looks like you did a ton of applique, but really all the work was done for you on that digital panel. Moving over here, we have the Fracture quilt by Layla Boutique, shown in their Smoke and Rust fabric line. And I just love the soft, subtle prints of this. It's great for masculine quilts, but it really fits well in a lot of modern decor as well. This is the little Scaredy Cat table runner by This and That, and he's just so cute for decorating for Halloween. Right down here, we have a pattern by Big Tree and Company called Seasonal Patchwork, and we've done this one up in the Halloween quilt. But if I zoom in on my little sign here, you can also see that you can use the same design, putting in a Christmas tree and some patriotic elements to totally change that quilt up as well. So we have the pattern, or we have the kits for the pumpkin version. This is a fun panel called Autumn Day, and the panel has placemat squares, and we've followed one of their pattern designs and made that into a nice large table topper. This is a Simply a Pleasure runner, again, done in fall fabrics. So once again, that's just Simply a Pleasure, and it shows off focal fabrics really well. This quilt here is called Meet Me in Maryland, and the squares in the center of those stars are actually a printed panel as well. And then you just add some simple piecing around it. So it's a very stunning quilt, but once again starts with a panel. So a lot of the beauty is already done for you. This quilt is called Divisions, and we've done it up in a new cowboy fabric line called Home on the Range by Deb Strain. But this is another pattern that's great for showing off focal prints that you don't want to cut up in those large squares. And right over here, we have a quilt called Garden View, and that we've done in a flannel fabric line with some deer. That's another great masculine quilt, and another pattern that's good for showing off a fun border stripe or a large focal fabric. This little sample here is a nice table topper or wall quilt size, and it's your traditional carpenter star pattern. So there's no set in seams, it's all done with half square triangles, and we've done that pattern up many times over again in different fabrics to change out the look. Zooming over here, we have another one of the Simply a Pleasure runners done up in coffee fabric. And we just got in this coffee print just in time. It's for pumpkin spice season. It's a little pumpkin latte print that we just thought was too cute to resist. So I'll give you another quick overview of the booth, and we will head over this way and I'll show you a few other items. This quilt here's been another favorite this weekend. It's called Frosty Friends. It's done up in flannel and has a cute little appliqued snowman on there to brighten up your winter days. And we've put Fireside on the back of this, which is similar to a minky type fabric, but it's a little more of a nubbly texture instead of that silk texture. And it's just wonderful for the back of flannel quilts. I'll take you over here to our demo table where Connie's been demoing things all weekend long. We have this series of the Simply Scallop table toppers. The pattern comes with an iron-on embroidery design for your lettering, and then you add scallops around the outside edge. The pattern, there's a set of templates available that allow you to easily cut and trace your stitching line onto those scallops. And then once you've done your stitching, you turn them inside out with this point turner tool, and it gives you the nice round edge. So those are great companion tools to go with this particular pattern. And we've got that design is from Shabby Fabrics, and we've got kits done up and the patterns in several different styles. There's a beautiful one called Silent Night, with just a hint of a gold metallic embroidery thread for those stars would be wonderful. There's an All Hearts Come Home for Christmas version. There's a patriotic version, and there's a Welcome Home version that we've done up in that Maryland fabric line. So that would be a beautiful companion piece to the Maryland quilt that I showed you. So kits for several of those, lots of different patterns. And then we've also been demoing these, the folded star hot pads, which have been a lot of fun. Very easy sewing because you're just folding squares of fabric in half and you're layering those squares on a printed interfacing template that comes with the pattern. So the placement is very easy to know exactly where those go. So there's the folded star hot pads in both a circle and a rectangular design. We've got the Hugo tape, which is similar to a vinyl product that clings to itself. If I can get it open here. And it sticks to itself, so you can wrap it around your spools of thread. I love using it for my Valdani and pearl cotton to avoid that mess in your container that you store those in. It keeps all those thread tails perfectly contained. So that's Hugo tape. And Connie's been demoing the double wide Dresden ruler. It's a great system for making all kinds of Dresdens. You piece the Dresden and then you applique it down onto your background fabric. And this is our Be Beautiful table runner. It's one of our designs, and we have patterns and kits for that available. And this is also one of our designs. It's called Sweet as Honey, and it has an embroidered verse on it that says, "Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul and healthy to the body." That's a Proverbs verse. And we've used the double wide Dresden to actually make the little wings on our butterfly. So that gives you a little sampling of what we have available for you. I'll give you one last overview so you can take in our whole booth. But anything that I showed you today as of right now is available at prairiepointjunction.com. or you can give us a call and we're happy to assist you. And we would love to see you at our store in Cozad, Nebraska. So hopefully we've given you some new ideas and inspiration today. And thank you so much for joining us. Once again, prairiepointjunction.com, or come visit our shop in Cozad, Nebraska. Bye-bye.